Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. The weather in Kisumu is also terrific today. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Raila Ole Odinga is today expected to chair a crucial meeting with his brigades in Machakos. That meeting is supposed to be attended by the co-principals, that is Karua, Kalonzo, Eugene Wamalwa, Wajakoya the Fifth, and Jeremiah Kioni. And members of parliament are also supposed to attend that meeting. Senators are supposed to attend that meeting, and governors. So that meeting is definitely going to shape the politics of this country moving forward, because it's likely to come up with the names of those people who will be part and parcel of the bipartisan approach in parliament. At the same time, Kenya Kwanza, who are also supposed to convene their meeting today, has postponed their meeting, their parliamentary group meeting, to Tuesday. And I was asking someone, why do you think Kenya Kwanza decided to postpone their meeting until after Raila Odinga's meeting? Probably they want to use this long holiday, because we are going to have Easter holiday. They want to use this long holiday to dismantle and to attack Raila Ole Odinga, because they are going to release their resolutions today. So if those resolutions will not favor Kenya Kwanza, they'll use between tomorrow until Monday to hit on it, or probably they wanted to mark time so that in case Raila Odinga was going to plan some mandamano on Monday, then they'll be viewed in bad light that these guys are planning to meet on Tuesday, so you can't actually have mandamano on Monday. But let us not get into that for now. We are going to look into it in future, later in the day. And Kalonzo Musyoka also stated something which I think is significant. He had a message for the Kamba Nation, that the Kamba Nation actually disappointed him, that they are cowards because they never participated in the mandamano, and he challenged them to take a leading role in ensuring that Azimio agenda are realized. So is that something we should also be looking at? Now, for now, let us focus on this issue, which Ledama Ole Kina posted on his Twitter. Because according to Ledama Ole Kina, the politicians from Mount Kenya region are actually against Ruto and Raila talks, and that they are doing everything possible, according to Ledama Ole Kina, to ensure that those talks fail. Let me just read for you what Kimani Ichung'wah posted. What Kimani Ichung'wah said the other day. It's quoted to have said that we are telling Raila Odinga, your system of looting, anarchy, and using blood to blackmail the country will come to an end, and not next year, and not after the next election. It will come to an end this year. So based on what this gentleman is saying here, I think he should be put to account. Yeah, and that's why I told you guys that Raila Odinga must be very careful. If he's not careful, these guys are going to do to him what they did to Norman Magaya. He's going to be poisoned based on the reckless talks from here. But why is the statement by Ledama Ole Kina significant? Let me first of all read for you the statement, because I know most of you are wondering, why are we talking of Ledama Ole Kina without even checking on his statement? This is what Ledama Ole Kina posted yesterday at night. This is what he's saying. The naked truth and reality is that most Kenya Kwanza lieutenants from the mountain led by Rigathi do not want any talks and will do everything within their powers to sabotage them. So basically, he's singling out Mount Kenya lieutenants and Rigathi Gachagua personally, that they will not want these talks. The truth of the matter is that Rigathi, Kimani Ichung'wah, and entire Mount Kenya are not for these talks. In fact, I was surprised the other day when I heard the statement by Mwangi Kiunjuri, who is actually supportive of this talk. And he's saying, he's proceeding, conflict is their only assurance of keeping William Ruto to check. So he's saying that any conflict between Raila and Ruto is what the mountain is normally using to put Ruto to check. And most is proceeding that most are afraid of living in Kenya without Raila. The truth is, you remove Raila Odinga from the political equation, several politicians from the mountain will be rendered irrelevant. In fact, just the other day, you saw Rigathi Gachagua trying so hard to issue a statement. He could not go beyond 1 minute, actually 45 seconds, and is continuing. I dare say, like most Kenyans do, they pray for Raila on a daily basis. So when they hear talks outside parliament, they tremble with fear. Now, I want to ask you if there is any lie in that particular statement by Ledama Ole Kina. And why is this statement by Ledama Ole Kina significant? And why am I doing it for you guys? I'm doing it for you guys because a few days ago, I asked you guys on this particular platform to name at least 4 individuals whom you think ought to be considered by Raila Odinga in that committee. Almost everyone who participated mentioned the name Ledama Ole Kina. So which means you guys rate Ledama Ole Kina very high in terms of Azimio politics is concerned. And of course, on this particular channel, 3 years ago, I did a video and I'm going to share that link in the description of this video. Please check it out. The making of Ledama Ole Kina 3 years ago. I made something which I think is still very relevant. So check it after watching this. Please check it. So in this video, I want us to look at the revelation why Ledama Ole Kina believes that the mountain are against this particular deal. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So the only thing I want to request you at this particular moment is please just press that subscribe button. Just press the thumbs up button because it's free. I know most of you, some of you guys cannot drop their comments. And allow me also to take this opportunity to thank Mokua, Salim Mohammed, and Moa Rama. I received your coffee. Thank you so much. You can also do the same on the numbers you are seeing on your screen. A cup of coffee is only 200 bucks, but you can do more. So thank you guys. And let us now get to the main issue. Why is it that the mountain are against this particular talk? Why do you think they are against this particular talk? And by the way, this talk is not going to be easy, but it's going to succeed. Why am I saying so? If you go back to 2008, the Kofi Annan-led talks, it was not easy. The situation was even worse than now. At some point, if you read Jakaya Kikwete's book, at some point they had to kick out Ruto out of the meeting and Martha Karua out of the meeting because those were hardliners. Today, Ledama Ole Kina is one of the hardliners. It had to take personal intervention of George Bush, the former president, to personally intervene. Again, even if you follow regional politics in South Sudan, that was the same thing, personal initiative. So I'm also sure that either Biden will have to take personal initiative on this matter for this thing to succeed. But let us now look at why Ledama Ole Kina believes that the mountain are against this. And this is generally what is accepted. Number one, Mount Kenya members of parliament are actually using Raila Odinga to check Ruto. They use Raila Odinga to bargain. Just like Ledama Ole Kina said there. So the truth of the matter is that if you remove Raila Odinga from Mount Kenya politics, then I don't think they'll be able to even bargain for anything. If anything, William Ruto picked someone from the mountain because of Raila Odinga. I'm sure if Azimio had fronted someone else as a presidential candidate, probably they would not have picked Rigathi Gachagua as the running mate. And they understand this, that for them to check Ruto, they need Raila. Right now, Raila Odinga is piling pressure on Ruto. You get it? And Their defense is that Raila is targeting Kikuyu businesses. You know, they are already checking Ruto. So once they say that Raila is targeting Kikuyu's businesses, what happens? Ruto gives them money or tell them, okay, you go and defend Kikuyu businesses against Raila. So Ruto remains safe this side. So the war shifts now from Raila versus Ruto to Raila versus Kikuyu businesses. So they always use Raila to check Ruto. Number 2 is relevance. Assuming Raila Odinga is not a factor in Kenyan politics today, would Rigathi Gachagua be relevant? Probably Rigathi would still pick on Uhuru. But why do you think Rigathi Gachagua picked on Uhuru? He picked on Uhuru because Uhuru was with Raila. So still he will be irrelevant. What about Kimani Ichung'wah? Still irrelevant. The truth is, as long as Raila Odinga is a factor, Mount Kenya politicians will always use him. And that can explain why they are praying that Raila Odinga should be alive. Rigathi Gachagua was unable to give a speech after Ruto and Raila called off the demos and Ruto agreed to talks. He could not go beyond 40 seconds. So Raila Odinga is what is making Mount Kenya politicians relevant. And by the way, allow me also to introduce you at this point, before we proceed, to starup.pro. For those who are interested in online trading, you can check out. I'm going to pin the link in the comment section of this particular video. So let us look at the third reason. In my view, I think is Uhuru Kenyatta factor. You know, let's face it, Uhuru was supposed to take charge of Mount Kenya politics. These members of parliament some of the members of parliament from the mountain, with the help of Ruto, managed to kick Uhuru Kenyatta out of politics. So if you were to allow Raila and Ruto deal to go through, what will it mean? It will mean that Uhuru Kenyatta will also emerge from somewhere. And with the amount of money he has, and now with Raila Odinga on Ruto's side, it means the mountain will not hit Ruto. Now they'll start listening to Uhuru Kenyatta. As a matter of fact, even right now, they are only feeling ashamed. But even right now, there's a strong feeling in the mountain that they should have listened to what Uhuru used to tell them. So the fact that Raila and Uhuru are tied at the hip, and any negotiations between Ruto and Raila will tag along Uhuru, these guys are not comfortable with that kind of arrangement. And my fourth reason for this is that 2027 politics and probably 2032 politics. If Raila Odinga will still be on the ballot or will still be in politics, it would mean that Ruto can actually go and pick someone from the mountain. He can't go out of the mountain. That's the fact. I've seen people talk of Ruto going for Musalia Mudavadi. Even Farouk Kibet stated the other day, it can't work. Ruto knows that the moment he will go for someone from outside Mount Kenya, the Mount Kenya will then even sponsor someone else and run, or they'll vote for someone else. Raila Odinga might also not be on the ballot. So for them, it's about 2027. They'll have to attack Raila Odinga so that Rigathi Gachagua's position can be secured, so that they can negotiate based on their votes, in quotes. And lastly, they are not going to allow the talks to proceed. If the talks will proceed, just know that they will proceed, but without their approval. They just support it for the sake of it. Why? Because they want to sustain the anti-Raila Odinga sentiments in the mountain. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you, guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.